Yes, sir. It's your boy B Hayes. You already know. We back with another vid. Today, I want to talk to y'all about like how to start over in life with a fresh beginning. You know, I had to start over in life myself at 18 years old at a young age. Even though you probably don't think, at 18 you didn't really have much to start over with compared to what I got now. I didn't have much, but I did actually have a lot, have more than some grown adults at 17, 18 years old. But today I just want to go ahead and get right into it. I want to give y'all tips and just not really tips, just give you a perspective on how I started over, on what made me, what I had to go through, like what was the reason for me to have to start over, and just talk about it and give tips and stuff. There's maybe somebody out there that's looking for a fresh start, and maybe my story or the things I have to say will help spark them to go ahead and starting over and get on this train to getting this money. You feel me? So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. But before we do that, if we got anybody new, any new visitors visiting the channel, I just want to give you an intro of what we're about. We're about personal finance, financial literacy, motivation, giving back, and more. You just stick around. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. You know, I like to hold you. So for starters, number one would be what I need you to do is go ahead and write down. Go ahead and write down how you visualize your life, what you see. Go ahead and write it down because that's crucial. Whenever you write something down, you can easily bring it into your reality. If you can see it in your head, you can see it in your hands. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. What happened in my life back in 2016 to make me have to start over? I even talked about it if you was here from the beginning. And no pain, no gain. I had got falsely accused for a crime I didn't commit. When I was 18 years old, right before I graduated, they falsely accused for burglary, saying I robbed someone, and a couple other charges. I can't remember them all. It was a few charges though, and I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't really like to tell people that I was falsely accused because you'll think people don't believe you. But like I said, I don't really care if you believe me or not because it's my truth. It is what it is. So I had got falsely accused, and when I got falsely accused, I lost everything. I lost everything I had. All the money I had saved up, I had to give that up for lawyers and stuff, and for my books, all my clothes and stuff. Anything I had that was sellable, I had to sell it. Like I lost everything I had. My parents, my mama worked her butt off to save up money. My pops, everybody, they helped out. They they had to pay a lot of money to help me out of this situation that I didn't cause on myself, and it's just the way life is. You ain't got really no control of certain things. So that's how that went. And I ain't gonna get all into that because there's so many details and stuff. But I was falsely accused, and I had to spend everything I had, and didn't know if I was gonna do 10, 15 years for something I didn't do, and that's how that went. So as I was in there though, I didn't let it let me down. I stayed strong. I stayed true. I wrote down me a plan. I had made a master plan. I knew exactly what I was going to do when I got out. I knew exactly what I was going to do to get what I had back plus more. I mapped that plan out. I did it so detailed to the fact where I knew what I was going to make when I first got out. I knew what I was going to make on a small scale. Then I also subtracted my expenses and my bills what I was going to have to pay. So I knew how much I was going to be able to save each week, each month, each day, each year. So as I started to save that, and the more capital you got, the more you start saving, the more you can do for yourself, the more you can invest into something else to bring you even more money. So I just made that plan. And after 3 months of sitting in there, I had finally got out. I got that break. And as soon as I got out, I already had my plan that I was gonna move. I was gonna move from my town. I was gonna move to a whole nother city where no one knew me, where I could just grind and go to work. And that's what I did. I moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and went to school. I got in school for business. When I got in school for business, I quickly realized that school was kind of like a scam. School, you get in $100,000 in debt and can't even make $100,000 or find a job once you get out of school sometimes. So I quickly realized that I just needed that financial aid for that startup cash. A lot of people get a few thousand or a couple thousand and blow it and just pinch off of it. Me or certain people, if you get just a few $1,000s, $1,500, $2,000, that's a big boost. So with a boost like that, I'm going, that's all I need. That's all I've been needing. So that financial aid boost, they gave me $3,000 back, but I came out with nothing. So I owed $1,000 to friends and stuff for helping me out. And the like, here go that back. So that left me with $2,000. After $2,000, I never looked back. You take that, I started a gumball machine business. I ain't gonna get into all details with that, but go back to five ways to become your own boss. That's all the things I started doing with my cash, to start flipping it and building myself, building my career, building me. Started cutting grass. I started me a ice cream company, ice cream business. I started a gumball vending machine business. I just started doing everything. I started learning about stocks. I started day trading stocks. I started investing in stocks. I just started getting anything that made sense because I was going to school for business, so I was already business minded and just love business, different businesses, and finding different ways to make money. So that's what I did. I just built myself, kept investing in myself, and it paid off. And I never had when I got down there, I did work. I worked for Forever 21 and Polo, but I didn't work there for long because I was quickly able to make more on my own than anybody could pay me, like far as minimum wage and things like that. So that's a little bit on how my story went. But some advice: everybody ain't that business savvy and able to take money and put it in businesses and turn it that fast and be able to move their money and work with their money like that. Sometimes you have to just stay patient and build up a lot of capital first. So like if I was to start with zero and have to start over, like the first thing I would do is find me a job. Obviously, I would find me a job in a close radius to where I'm staying in my area. I try to preferably a plant job, a job that's I'm getting paid weekly and make it at least $500, $600 a week. If I'm making about $500, $600 a week, $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year, I would keep my expenses low. I would try to, in the first 2 weeks, I started with zero. Starting with zero, you got you a job. The first 2 weeks, I'm going to try and save. I'm trying to save everything. So after 2 weeks, you should have like $1,000 saved. But let's not say 1,000 because you had to kick out some on gas, food, this and the third. But you spent as less as possible. So we're gonna say about 800. You spent 200 throughout that 2 weeks because you living frugally. You got to. If you ain't really got nothing, don't be trying to spend nothing. You feel me? Like be smart. So you got about $800 in 2 weeks. So after that 2 weeks time, now I'm looking for me a moped or a little car or something, and it's out there. I done bought one, $300 car, $500 car. You know somebody else needs some money real bad, trying to sell a car, or just looking on the Craigslist somewhere they selling cheap cars. Buy me a $300 car, a little $100 moped or something to get me back and forth to work. A little cheap car like that ain't gonna cost you much on gas, so your gas will be low, the car will be paid for, and then I would, as far as staying, like where you gonna be staying at, bills with that. If I have nothing, zero, I'm gonna be trying to reach out to family and friends, like let me crash for a couple months, 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, you feel me? Let me get on my feet. I stay with my parents, my friends, I try to stay with them for a couple months and build up cash, let them know I help them out on a little something, like whatever they need help with, but I ain't really got much, I ain't really making much, you know? Like I be trying to save, I'm trying to save. So I do that for a while, stay with parents or a friend, stay with them for a while and try to save. And as I'm saving, after 3 months and you ain't really comfortable in that situation, I try to find a good friend or two. Some people have way more than like a good bit of friends that's responsible and stuff. I'll link up with them friends, think about 4 friends. It's like the Mexicans do it. Like you got to do whatever you got to do to get to where you're trying to go. So I would have 4 friends, all 4 of us get a mortgage out on the house, pay $600, $700 in mortgage, plus our lights, water, Wi-Fi if we choose, All our bills probably come up to about $850, $900 a month. Out of 4 people, that's about $200 to $225 a piece a month. So you kicking out $225 a month a piece, plus what you kicking it out on is a mortgage. You're gonna own that home in the end. So you doing that with your friends for a whole year, y'all able to save a whole lot of money. Plus with food and stuff, as you buy y'all food, you should buy it together, buy your food together so you can get it for cheaper. Like, you know, like just like teaming up, joining up. Like that's how the Mexicans do. That's how they able to save so much money. Be like 30, 40 Mexicans in one house, and do the math. You paying 30 people in a house for $600 a month rent. You ain't really paying nothing. So it's like just coming together with people, and it's just for a while. It's not forever. Some people will think, I ain't want to stay with such and such. I ain't want to stay with my homeboy, my homegirl for no, you know. But it's not like it's forever. It's just you got to do what you got to do to get where you trying to go. Like I'm just going to these. I'm gonna take these sacrifices. It's about sacrificing. I'm gonna eat cheaper. I'm gonna eat. You got to eat when you coming up. When you first coming up, you got to eat egg sandwiches, bologna sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches, sausage sandwiches, noodles, cereal. You gotta eat these cheap things, meals that can cost me $1 and $2 per day to save money. I'm not gonna be eating like this forever. It's just a sacrifice that I'm making to save this capital, to get to where I'm trying to go. Because the more capital I got, the more opportunities I can execute on. So, you know, it's just all about the mind, keeping that mindset right. Like anybody can get, because if you're making the $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year. And it's not about how much you always making. It's about how much you can save. If you're making $24,000 a year in 4 years, that's almost $100,000. And imagine if you was so frugal, you live so frugally that you just spent, you know, $10,000 in them 4 years. Some people don't even see that kind of money. So just trying to, you know, build yourself up and get that bread. That'll be $100 grand in 4 years. And if you only spent 10, 15,000, you got $85,000 left. Which I know it sounds like, how can you spend such a little bit of money in all that time? If you really put your mind to it and got a mindset and want better for yourself, you can do it. Anything. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You can eat cheaper. You can buy a cheaper car and spend less on gas. There's ways that you can spend less money. You just have to apply yourself and do it. And like I mentioned, I moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to start a new, fresh start. And that could be very crucial in getting a fresh new start, moving. I know it can sound kind of scary moving to a new place and not knowing anyone and not knowing how you're going to provide or whatnot, but you got to be an animal out here. They got to, somebody throw you in the jungle, you got to come out 10 pounds heavy with a chinchilla coat on. You feel me? So like, you got to put me out anywhere in the world. I'm gonna come out up. You feel me? You got to be able to go anywhere in the world and make it. And it's like, don't be nervous. Don't be scared to go to a new place and get to it. Anywhere, just like you can find a job in your city, it's jobs in other cities. So it's always going to be, the money is there. Go get the money. And then as you there getting the money, find other opportunities because there's more people. Move to a bigger city and where you can expand, brand, and get to know people, make connections. You feel me? I didn't mean for this video to be this long, and it's really a little more that I would like to say, but I'm gonna save that for the next videos. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but thank y'all for tuning in. I hope this can help someone. And like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We out.